What's going on, everyone? It's Apoc, your favorite host and so-called jealousator, and welcome back to the channel. Well, guys, it has been a long time since I've sat down and made a video. I think like roughly 6 months or so. But even between now and that time, and upwards of like 2 years ago, I've been gone from the internet. Now, as some of you may know, it's because I have health issues, a few of them, and it's been pretty bad. But for a while now, things have been much better, and I'm ready to get back into content creation and start some beef. Now, I already know what you're all thinking.
What about 6 months ago, Apoc? Didn't you already say we're coming back?
Yeah, I did. That's my bad. I kind of jumped the gun on that one. I thought I was ready to come back, but I clearly was not. I was trying to force myself into content creation and was just causing too much stress combined with my health issues and whatever else. And I don't know, I just had to put it down. But like I said, I'm back, geared up, and ready to go and to focus on these child exploiters, these liars, these manipulators. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank everyone who stuck around and understood what was going on with me and gave me time to heal. I'm grateful for my community and everything we built here. But anyways, I don't really want to talk about my health issues right now. It's just something that is just, it's in the past, at least for now. Like I said, everything is much better, so I just don't really want to talk about that. Maybe I will in another future video or something. I just want to get down to the nitty gritty, just get back to the gossip tea, you know what I mean? Which leads us into today's video, featuring Kyra from okbaby and Hannah Honker, her ex-best friend, nanny, assistant, or whatever. All of the above, she was multiple things to Kyra. There's this accumulation of things that just makes it so much worse. And I do know that I'm a little behind on the times. Again, I'm just getting back into the fold. Give me a break, people. But Hannah released this poem track thing that I want to give my opinion on. And so that's what we're gonna do.
Okay, let's get it, guys.
Yes. To me, that is somebody who deserves all the shaming in the world.
Okay, Kyra, now that's a little awkward if I do say so myself. Which her stating that homewreckers deserve to be shamed like to the ends of the earth or whatever she said is literally Kyra giving her own stamp of approval to be slut shamed by like default. It's crazy. It's ironic. It's nuts. I honestly cannot believe she said this, which if you don't know, this was from her and Hannah's old podcast, Beneath the Sheets, or whatever the hell it was called. And they were talking about homewreckers, and yeah, so move on.
Even not happy. Like, if they're not happy in a relationship, that is not your job, Miss Sophie, to swoop in and try to, fuck the guy till he figures it out.
That's a little crazy she said that too, because guess what? It seems that's exactly what she did. Kyra likes to claim that she got with Preston when him and Hannah weren't together anymore. But what she fails to mention is that in between that time, because I believe it was only like 2.5 months that Preston and Kyra announced their relationship, or at least like close within that time frame. I mean, within that 2.5 months, there had to be some sort of like buildup. Plus, she said that Preston helped her out with like the breakup. I mean, which is highly inappropriate because Hannah was her best friend, whereas Preston was just like her best friend's boyfriend. So it's a little weird that that's going on. But it seems like that's exactly what she did. Apparently, Hannah and Preston were having issues. And even if true, again, Kyra, like you said, it's not your job to go in and screw the guy while that's going on. Because all that is doing is like intruding and impeding on the relationship and the ability for that relationship to heal. You gave Hannah and Preston no chance to heal when that's going on. Now, Preston's just as guilty. Both Kyra and Preston are just as guilty as each other. In fact, I haven't really seen anybody calling Preston a homewrecker. He's a homewrecker too. I mean, Kyra's the one that has kids in the family. Preston is as much as a homewrecker as Kyra is.
The Diary of Hannah Hawker, Poetic Justice.
So before we get into this, I just need to state something. I'm just going to mute the whole thing. I'm just going to read it off, so be prepared for that one. But Hannah, queen, it was just like nails on a chalkboard. I just could not take it. It was too much. It was way too much. Also, people are stating that this was like a mic drop, and I don't really believe it was a mic drop or that she really gave us anything that was anything new. It seemed like a drunk rant. I don't know. I'm not saying that Hannah doesn't have the right to be mad. I get it. She was screwed over and backstabbed by two people that she trusted with everything. But yeah, I'm gonna read this because I just can't listen to it. Her follower count getting neutralized. I can only watch in silence. The family vlogger we once knew is looking desperate and now spiraling, moving just like a charlatan selling lies. It's giving disgraceful. Why educate? You're not educated. Pregnancy, your only angle. So obviously, yes, her follower count is getting neutralized, as in we have seen it slowly crumble beneath her feet. And that's honestly due to 100% Kyra. And that's aside from like breaking up with Oscar. Obviously, some people wouldn't have liked it in general. But aside from all that, I believe that a huge majority of people that unfollowed Kyra was when she was telling the kick rocks. And that was before Preston was ever even announced. That was, I think, within 2 to 3 weeks after the breakup. She even said that she doesn't even care that if she lost her entire community. She said that. That's crazy. But also what really, was the nail in the coffin for Kyra was the Preston thing. Like, that was the biggest of deals. To me, I don't really care if she broke it off with Oscar or whatever that was nickname is. Kyra and Oscar were extremely toxic together. I've been calling it out. If you're an OG of Apoc, man, you know that I've always been calling out their relationship, said they were going to break up. I was called crazy, man. People were calling me crazy for saying that Oscar and Kyra were going to break up and that they had such an amazing relationship, but obviously that wasn't the case. Oscar and Kyra were not meant to be together. They even said that they were only together because of Levi. Like, that's all you need to know that they're toxic. But, Hannah's not wrong here where she says, why educate? You're not educated. That is one thing that I've always also stated about Kyra, is that she gives out all this information and advice when she doesn't have, like, the credibility to, like, back it up. She doesn't have the experience. She was in a toxic relationship with Oscar while also giving, like, relationship advice. She was giving friendship advice while she was losing her friends. And pregnancy being her only angle, that is just like family vlogger stuff to the T, you know what I mean? Majority of them are all liars, and they can only bang and coerce up the back of their children. That's literally it. Fabricating stories on the Family Channel, When You Hurt Mr. Morales. Now, I don't know where she was going with this one, because it's like a spectrum of things, you know what I mean? Obviously, she was fabricating stories on the Family Channel, we get that. But when she says, you hurt Mr. Morales, like, was that during or after the breakup, or like during, before the breakup? Where's the timeline here? I will say about this poem track thing, it's giving, I don't have receipts, it's giving vague. A pathetic master manipulator. I've been quiet for a while. You're not an influencer. You're a homewrecker. It is a little weird that she's actually just coming out now. I don't know, maybe she just couldn't take it anymore. I don't know if Kyra said anything like recently about Hannah or Preston or whatever. Maybe it was them having a baby that set her off the edge or whatever and finally pushed something out. I don't know. But for the most part, she's been quiet, and it is a little weird that she's kind of like trying to come out now with stuff. I'm not saying she doesn't have the right to do so. I'm just making a point that, like, what triggered her? You're a homewrecker with the hope of being accepted, which is absolutely true, by the way. Kyra definitely thought she was going to eat with what she did. She thought she ate. I mean, she's doing it right now. She's actively vlogging with Preston. She knows that she's not going to be accepted, but before, she actually did think that people were just gonna like roll over on their bellies and accept her actions. And that could be accumulation of things. That could be her ego that was fed for years, because people glaze Kyra for the longest time, man. People glaze others on social media and they don't even know them. It's always been so weird to me. I will never sit here and be like,
oh, well, this is a good person,
when I don't know anything about them, when I never met them. You don't know somebody until you live with them. That applies to everybody. Hannah Hawker stood out. Girl code never been in your collection. They make vlogs that satisfy them. You make vlogs that terrify them. I'm assuming she's talking about Addie and Oscar. I don't know. You doubled down on that crime, lacked a spine, took advantage of my kindness. Do not take this as fact. But I've talked to people within the okbaby circle of people who actually know them. And I've heard things where people who were close were trying to get Kyra away from Hannah because Hannah was toxic. Now, I'm not saying it's true, but I'm not going to say it's false either, because these were close sources. Remember, was best friends with Kyra. Hannah was also co-host to Kyra on the podcast, where they both talked about and agreed on some crazy things. There's a reason why Hannah was best friends with Kyra. They're not friends anymore because Hannah got that same energy that Kyra gives to others. And it seems like that's the track record with Kyra's friends, her best friends that she has. They're okay with her until they're not okay with her. But that is only when that same energy is met with them and not others.
I don't know. That's just my theory.
I know you're a master manipulator and a habitual liar too. Reddit may tell lies about me, but they tell truth about you. Yeah, I'm out of state, lying low. Okay, yeah, the beach right here is remote. Okay, I ain't thinking about no Kyra. Well, you kind of are if you're making this video. You obviously were thinking about Kyra if you're pushing this out. Look, and I'm not hating either. I'm just stating a fact. Reopen what I closed? Okay. Only Smith I have in my house is a Wesson. It's just jokes? Okay. Obviously a pew-pew joke. How's my cat and the money you make off my back? Girl, you okay? Everybody want to play happy till they get dumped by my throwaway. And you can do a live a day, once a fake, always a fake. I'm not really sure if Hannah here is confirming that Kyra and Preston stole her cat. I do know that there was a rumor about that after the breakup and after like it was announced with Preston and Kyra like being together or whatever. After that was exposed, there was a situation with the cat saying that Kyra stole Hannah's cat. Now, I don't know if this does it. Hannah might be implying here that Kyra stole her cat. Oh, you thought the money, the power, and the fame would make me go away? Have you ever played Have You Ever? Okay, B word, let's play. Have you ever been betrayed, lied to with a poker face? Have you ever lost $20,000 because of a basket case? Well, I have and replaced them both, so I came out straight. I'm assuming the $20,000 she's talking about may have been like with the podcast, possibly maybe a promised amount of money for being on there with like merch and episodes or whatever. Like, I don't know. Obviously, because of Kyra's actions, the podcast was canceled and Hannah lost out on like 20 bands. I hate when they lie and brag about funds. I cut off my ties. They turned into bums. Then hop online like pay for my titties. She begs for likes and digital hugs. That's a typical family vlog mom right there, brother. P Daddy a loser. You're having his junior. They must have forgot the crap that they've done. They're starting a family. Watch it get shaky. Feel bad for your son. That's a little weird, my guy, that you're like bringing a kid into this. It's an innocent child that hasn't even been born yet. Like, why are you doing that? Like, that's not cool. Nanny business, you got it twisted. What is this, a phase? I hurt your feelings. You don't want to be like me no more? Okay. 2 hoes left. It's cringe every time I open your page. Wild chaotic displays. Now I'm upping the pace. Okay, so she says she doesn't think about no Kyra, but does say that she opens Kyra's page. Whatever, I don't really care. I'm just pointing out that you aren't thinking about Kyra if you're going to her page. Ain't nothing nobody can tell me. Don't want to go live on no Selly. We know you've got learning barriers. There's no sex toys you can sell me. Obviously a reference towards all of Kyra's sex toys ads, which is really inappropriate for her having like a family-based channel. I know it's been a little more personable lately for her, but like a little inappropriate to have like a picture of your child and next is an ad of like a butt plug or something. Yeah, Oscar and Addie, no, you're a jealous woman. Their crowns are heavy. No real friends, just sad and smelly. Your envy's petty. Y'all know I don't like Oscar. I've said this for a long time, and I don't have to like him. I got my reasons. I think he's a fake, and it's all good if you're Stan. If you want to glaze him, that's on you. I just won't do it, man. I'm not gonna do it. And as for Addie, I don't really have any real opinion on her. I don't think she's a good person just based from the post she's posted, you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not just gonna believe you're a good person from like doing the bare minimum. People will like praise them for taking the kids to the park. I'm like, that's a normal thing, bro. Like, why are they giving them any credit for that? I don't like you scamming people online for them. I'm ending the beef. Yeah, they know you were effing P. Oops, I spilled the tea. The tea has been already spilled. I'm not sure why you say that you're spilling some tea. It ain't nothing new. We all knew this already. And as for the scamming thing, sure, she's referring to like her Instagram subscriber live, I think it's called, where she doesn't really post consistent content and people pay for that like month to month. So that is a scam. You're better off beating on him again before you think about beating me. No need to get personal. Stayed away. You should have really kept it that way. I know some crap about B words that would make Reddit want to faint. Again, this was her pushing out the idea that she has receipts to Kyra, and I'm not down that. I'm sure they all have receipts on each other. But again, this poem thing is really vague, and Hannah is claiming she has receipts against Kyra, or she's implying that, and there was literally no proof in this entire thing to anything she said. I'm not saying we can't believe her, especially because it's based off of like what Kyra did. I don't really dig it when people say they have receipts and don't show them. Is that just me? Like, do people just accept it? Like, that's weird. This ain't about lyrics, ain't about critics, ain't about who's a fake. Wait, what? Isn't this whole thing like based around Kyra being a fake? It's always been about love and hate. Now let me say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. You may hate when you see this, but if if I snark, it's gonna be direct. We hate the tender B words y'all meet with because you confuse yourself with a real woman. And notice I said we, it's not just me. I'm what the culture feeling. How many more fake fairy tales about your life till we've had enough? How many more pregnancies until you finally feel that you're mom enough? They liked Kyra on okbaby. They don't like Kyra when she acts rough. You're gonna make a B word bring the past up. Remember Kyla was really trash or something? Okay, let's pump the brakes back on people not liking Kyra, like outside of okbaby, because one thing I will say about Kyra is that she's always shown who she is. I mean, there was all the vlogs and even the How We Met video with her and Oscar. Like, she's done all this stuff before and has said these. To be honest, it's just gone over people's head, or they ignored it because they like Kyra, and people will do that too. They like somebody, they ignore all the bad things that they've said and done. And that's honestly why she probably thought she would be accepted as a homewrecker, because people fed her ego for years. Yeah, my first one, not my last one. It's a classic. You don't have one. Let your core audience stomach that, and then tell them where you got your ass from. Smelly farts, it's a gas one. Toot toot toot, last one. Low blow of the year, you better take care of that funk. We'll say that the leg to butt ratio is a little weird, but aside from that, she's always had that. Remember, hey boss girl, who the F you thought you played with? Won't say my name. I haven't cried since I got off that plane, B word. I'm allergic to the fame. Only you like being famous. Jess fam won't get you more likes either. I don't give a F about who you hang with. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I even hate that dress. Surprised there's no apology yet. There's a lot of crap you haven't addressed. I even hate when you don't say Hannah, not just me, I guess. Some crap just cringeworthy. Your name gotta be that deep, I guess. It is quite odd that Kyra does not say the name of people that she's talking about when we all know who she's talking about. She has said Hannah, but there's times she hasn't said Hannah, but we knew it was Hannah. Same with Preston. She used to call him boyfriend. Now she says Preston. It's really weird that you don't say the names of people even though we know exactly who you're talking about. It's like just saying the name already. Out here faking success. Know everything with me is blessed. Keep raising the fam. Put away the cam and it won't be no threat. So is she saying that if Kyra exploits her child that she's gonna put out receipts? Because that's my impression of what she's saying right there. I know you married the boy, but where's the dad? Because I haven't seen him yet. Harry Potter, did you read it yet? Have you seen it yet? Bet. When I see him stand by Kyra, I believe he sees two bad B words. I believe y'all don't like women. It's a real competition. Y'all might pop ass with him. Let's speak on perspective. I have receipts. Maybe I'll double back with you. And when I asked about a B word, you played dumb B word. You turned out to be that B word. Pretty obvious, but I'll explain. So she asked Kyra about Preston maybe being with another girl or whatever, and Kyra played dumb about that, and Kyra ended up being that girl. And that makes the situation even worse. You know what I mean? Like, that's really messed up for you to do to your friend, to backstab him like that. And then when questioned, like, it's like you're putting two knives in the back at once. Flip the script and try to change your image. Oh wait, you don't like your image. Front to back, I don't like your image. Back to that, no one likes your image. Why would I go online trying to throw dirt on B words when it's obvious that your life is crap? That's ho crap. I got a life to praise, but I can see you don't know nothing about that. Finding myself, know nothing about that. Fostering a healthy relationship, know nothing about that. Having honesty, integrity, discipline. Listen, B word, you don't know nothing about that. Speaking the truth and considering what others are feeling, you don't know nothing about that. It ain't 2021, it's 1v20. If I got online 20 B words that subscribe to you, yeah, bring him out too. I'll tell him the truth too. Tell P he better stay right with you. I'm a slick witch putting her followers in their coffin. Yeah, dumb ho B words be dick riders. Watch her go online, exploit pregnancies, can't get away with it this time. What I learned is homewreckers feel no remorse, and I'm fine with it. I'll cross the line with it. Call a B word out. I took my time with it. We can be on a 2-hour time difference. Focus on the family, grody. Is he leading the family, grody? Keep the greed out of the family, grody. Therapy, please try for the family, grody. Ew, stop. We don't want to see you on Insta no more, stop. We don't want to see you on Insta no more, stop. Alright, so obviously I have my opinions on that one. I don't really think it was a mic drop. She didn't really give any like great revelations or anything like that. Like, we knew everything she said aside from like the 20 band thing and maybe a couple other small things, but nothing really like concrete. It was very vague. There was no receipts. I know she said she could throw them out there, but I just don't know why she didn't throw them out there in general. Maybe she has an NDA signed with Kyra. probably. But point being, this just seemed like a drunk, angry rant. Again, she has every right to be mad. I don't know. I didn't really care for it. I don't really even like Hannah, you know what I mean? She was best friends with Kyra, which means her morals aligned with Kyra. She's immoral, you know what I mean? Like, that's just what it comes down to. I'm not going to glaze Hannah because Kyra did something wrong. Two people can be wrong at the same time. And I'll say that Kyra did Hannah wrong. Preston did Hannah wrong. But I don't think she did Oscar wrong with like the whole breakup thing. Obviously, there's things that Kyra has done to Oscar that have been wrong, and vice versa. It's just a bunch of people doing wrong to each other. Both the relationships toxic, and Kyra and Preston ended up being the one that did the most toxic thing you can do.